Oh man. Well, this is probably the worst I felt when it comes to trading in a long time. Not because of my strategy or because of um anything like that. Literally, it's all just psychology at this point. I'm past the trying to find a strategy that works. I know what works. I trade what works. I'm getting in the way of making it work, right? So I mean, like, let's go over the trades that I might be on ES, I guess. So yeah, these are some of the trades I took last week. Um, so yeah, I think I remember this. Let's just go over this. I want to just re-jog my memory. This was a losing day last week. Yeah, for some reason I shorted this, which doesn't make any sense, and then I ended up longing here, and then, or no, sorry, I longed here. I remember this now. I was waiting for this to inverse. And I wanted to get a retest. And then I had my stops down below here. And I was targeting probably that. And as you can see, that won. But did I win this day? No. I ended up losing, um, I don't know how much, like 100 something this day. I ended up losing 100, where I should have been up like 5 or 600. And then um today, today is just really sad. Um, which I've I'm past the point of trying to avoid this problem. I think now this is the problem that I need to fix now. I have no other issues. It's not trading. I mean, my technicals are fine. My technicals are good. More oftentimes than not, I'm correct. Um, it's mainly just this. This is where I'm screwing myself over and over and over and over again. So, with that being said, let me get into what I was looking out for today. So coming in the day, I obviously wanted to see this get hit. Ultimately, this was the draw, which was never achieved, but tomorrow this actually looks pretty good to take if we don't take it out we don't take it at Asia, or an Asian session. Um, so that was my draw. We had these for value gaps on the left, which I marked out. I was just kind of seeing like, all right, if we flip this, then we most likely are going for this one. Um, and there ended up being an SMT with ES here. Um, as you can see, ES didn't take it, but NQ did. Um, so sorry, SMT at this for value gap. There was also London highs here, which I was looking for as a draw as well, but we kind of just ripped past them and went straight to this. So once I saw this, I was like, all right, we have one of two things can happen, right? We can come into this gap. We can come into this gap and we can respect it and start going towards the other draws higher, or what we could do is we come into the gap, we start showing signs of bearish order flow, which obviously we're going to get a break of structure on a pullback, but this is what really sold it for me was this 1 minute forming and us respecting consequent encroachment of it, like to a perfect T and then getting a good volume candle out of it. That was enough for me with the SMT to want to go short. Um, I ended up getting filled um 25, 7, 8, 2, 5. So right there was my fill. I was targeting these lows with stops somewhere around there. So this was my trade. Now, you're probably wondering, how in the world are you down $621 when your trade is clearly winning? And I am thinking the same thing. How in the world have I done this? How have I entered into a winning trade and lost money? It's unbelievable. Well, this comes from my fear of losing. I hate losing. And so the second I see any sort of pressure going against me, I instantly bail because I just am so afraid of being wrong. Now, if I just would have waited 5 seconds for this candle, oh gosh, I would have waited 5 seconds for this to close. As you can see, we respect this 1 minute, which holds it down, giving me a rejection block, which could have been oh shoot, could have been a re-entry point. See? Oh wow. Would you look at that? Could have added more contracts. Right there. Anyways, um, so yeah. So as you can see, that's two losses in a row, which let's go to my performance stats. Let's go down to here. So minus 183. This should have been plus, I don't know, the trade was like 13 or 11, and I was in with one con, so um, half of that. So 550 plus 550 plus 621. And then today it should have been like plus 837. So let's go to the calculator here. Let's do some math. So we're going to add 183.83 plus 621 to get my regular balance back. Then we're going to add the winnings plus 550 plus 830. And then we're going to go here. We're going to add the balance 50,286 plus 50286. Would you look at that? I would be $530 away from passing my first funded account if I would have just put my hands in my ass and not touched anything. And I also want to go back to these stats, right? So as you can see, 13 wins, 11 losses. That's not necessarily true just because it's calculating this month only. But for example, these one of these losses was break even. The other one should have been a plus 550. So um technically that's no loss there. So you can go ahead and subtract two losses from the total. Today, all of these were winning trades. Oh yeah, I didn't even get into that. Um yeah, so then after I exited and saw price going my direction, I just started to be a retard. Um or sorry, decided to be dumb and just start entering and exiting random crap. Like here I entered a short. See, price came up. I don't even know if it stopped me out or if I just exited. Um, and then yeah, rest is history. I mean, it's ridiculous. I cannot control my emotions, I guess, to save the life of me. It's unbelievable. Let's see what we got tomorrow. Got FOMC tomorrow. Unemployment on Wednesday. All right, just seeing what we got here. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, um, we would be about 500 something dollars away from passing my account for the first time ever. We would just stop closing our trades early. So from here on out, what am I going to do? When I enter a trade, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to stand away from my computer so that the only reason I go near my computer is to move my stop to break even. That's it. I am no longer doing this stupid stuff to where I get fearful for 5 seconds and boom, exit my trade. I mean, this was a perfectly fine trade. And then later in the session, you get this pull back into a 5 minute gap, and you get 30-second inverse out of it and target this area of liquidity, which ultimately gets hit. Um, I don't know if I would have been in the trade for that long, but that just is what it is. But so it's been very doom and gloom in this recap in this video. So what can we look forward to on the bright side? Well, number one, with how bad I am at trading, I am somehow still up on this account. Um, and with how scared I trade, it's amazing that I'm even remotely, I guess, somewhat successful. If this is what you can call this, I don't know if you can call it successful, but from here on out, I'm making this promise that in the next couple recaps, I will not be closing trades early. If I lose, I lose, and I can live with that. What I can't live with is me making myself lose because I'm scared. Can't live with that anymore. It's holding me back. I finally gotten to a point where I know my technicals confidently. I know this works. I watch it happen every day confidently. And I'm just sick and tired of not, I'm sick and tired of not making money, man. I mean, it's time to make money. It's time to put some cash in the bank so I can start growing this. I can start growing this. I can start, helping people. It's what I want to do. I want to help people. I want to help people learn this. I want to help people become financially free. I mean, I'm not yet, as you can see, down $621. I can't pass the fund it, but I promise this. I will get this fixed and I will become profitable. And once I do, it will be known. I mean, I'm gonna come back to this clip and yeah, it'll be known. But so upsetting. So from here on out, place the trade, stand up, literally put something in between me and my computer, and I'm not allowed to go up, do anything to it unless it's to move stops to breaking. All right, that's the plan. That's what we're going with. We know it's not technicals. We know you know how to trade. Um, so simple, bro. So simple. Here, I'm gonna go over how I trade first, real quick. What do I look for at the start of the day? I look for my draws on liquidity. Everyone does this. This is what makes you money. This is what you need to get good at. I feel like I'm pretty good at it. Look on the 4 hour. We don't have anything to the upside. What do we have? Previous week lows here. Go to the hourly. What do we have to the upside? Well, we have London high over here, or whatever high here. We have this high, and then we have a bunch of unfilled gaps to the left. So we mark out said gaps. We still have this and down below. Now, market opens. What are we doing? We're watching. We're waiting. We're like a jaguar in the jungle. We're waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. What do I see? I see price rip up off of open, right? We come down, we start getting rejection bullish candles. We inverse this. I mean, theoretically, you could have taken this long. This isn't how I trade. I like to wait for confirmation, but that's something you could have done. It's not how I trade. So, anyways, we're not going to talk about it. I'm waiting, right? Boom. This liquidity gets hit. All right. I didn't reject anything. Here we go. Now we're seeing some chop. Okay. We check ES. What happened on ES? Ooh, SMT. Okay. Okay. Light bulbs are going off now. Okay, we might reject here. What am I waiting for? Any sign of rejection. Boom. Price, big candle down. Get a respect a 1 minute gap. That's enough for me. I'm in. I'm in there. At bearish SMT out of an hourly gap. 1 minute break of structure. 1 minute fill of a fair value gap. Um, big volume candles to the downside. Like, I don't know what else you need to get in. This is good. And what I do want to commend myself for, though, is before I would have waited for like, I don't know what, even more confluence. I would have waited for something, and I would have never even gotten in. But now I'm getting in these trades, and I'm so scared to lose that I don't even want to like stay in them for 2 seconds. Which that's also something I want to look into. What is my average trade duration? Yeah, two. Oh, yeah, 3 minutes. Yeah, that's not good. I'm not even a scalper. My average trade duration is 3 minutes. I've got to let this stuff breathe, man. Got to let it do its thing. I gotta trust the technicals, dude. If I don't trust it, then what am I doing this for? If I don't trust myself and trust my hard work I put in, then what am I doing this for? For real. All right, that's it for the video. That was a lot. I needed to get all this out. I feel better. I feel like I'm really gonna start hitting the ground running here. I'm gonna start making some money. I feel like I'm ready.